we'll have a moment of silent meditation, pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Call this meeting of the Monongalia County Commission to order. It's May 28th, 2025 at 10 a.m. All three commissioners are present, as is our administrator, Renetta McClure, who will start us off with a consent and approval.
Good morning.
Morning.
You have 4 exonerations for $1,747.65.
Excuse me.
Minutes from May 21st, 2025. Vouchers, General County Fund, $122,180.23. Coal severance, $1,336.90. 911, $25,303.53. Chestnut Ridge Park, $2,500. Camp Muffley, $1,145.06. Mason-Dixon Park, $440. Mon County Center, $4,381.78. Assessor's valuation, $16,028.28. Davenport Center cash, $99,457.99. Payroll, $1,232,585.48. Purchasing card, General County, $15,984.19. Magistrate Court, $1777. 911, $220.40. Chestnut Ridge Park, $76.48. Camp Muffley, $152.96. Mason-Dixon Park, $202.95. Mon County Center, $435.40. Assessor's valuation, $95.45, for a voucher total of $1,522,544.85. We have no budget revisions. Position vacancies for boards and authorities are listed on our website, and fiduciary orders for May 28th, 2025.
Move to approve the consent agenda items as presented.
Second.
First and second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
No additional fiduciary items this week.
No, sir.
Yay.
Next, we have a introduction of new employees, personnel changes and challenges. To start out with, we have a bunch at Camp Muffley. We've got some, looks like all pool staff, Lily and Jordan pool staff, Brooke Meadows pool staff, Axton Signs pool staff, Joshua Crawford maintenance, Brandon Klinger maintenance, Carver Moore maintenance, and Olivia Erse lifeguard.
Well, I don't need to do anything now. Thank you very much.
Just give us a synopsis, if you would, please.
Yes.
We'll move on from there.
We have 7 employees for your approval today, if you'd be willing. 3 will be, like Commissioner Arnett said, 3 will be concession stand workers, 3 will be grounds workers, and 1 will be our final lifeguard to hire for the season.
Great.
And they will all be seasonal part-time employees. The admissions desk will be $11 an hour, maintenance will be $13 an hour, and lifeguards are $12 an hour.
Wonderful.
Move to approve the personnel as presented.
Second.
First and second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank
Great.
you. Have a great
Thanks.
day.
Could you bring some warmer weather, though?
Congrats on getting enough lifeguards. Good.
Yes.
Now we just need the weather.
Yes, exactly. Next, we have an employee at our Canine Adoption Center.
Yes. Chana Spellman will be a dog warden full-time. Starting date is June 1st, 2025. Annual salary is $33,500, 6-month probation period.
Move to approve the personnel as presented.
Second.
First and second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye. I think she's in the audience.
I am, thank you.
Great.
Well, welcome.
Yeah, come on down just so we can say hello. Yeah. You look excited.
I'm very excited. Hi.
Great. Hello.
Where are you originally from?
Doddridge County.
We won't hold that against you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay. Thank you. Welcome.
All right. Have a good night.
We're glad to have you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Good luck. Next.
Go work.
Not till June 1st.
Oh, June 1st. Okay.
We'll bring her back in 3 years and see if she's that happy.
Yeah. 6 months.
Next, we have Youth Services Center.
Yes. Jenna Vossler is going to be a part-time relief worker, $14.40 per hour on-call basis, not benefits eligible, and her first day of employment is June 2nd, 2025.
Move that we approve the personnel as presented.
Second?
First and second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Next, we have Day Report Center. Morning.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
How are you?
Morning.
I actually have two employees to introduce, one with me and one who's not. This is Audrey Prater, and I also have Sherry Snyder-Ennis. Both are going to start with us as part-time case aides as $13.50 per hour. Audrey's going to start with us this week, and Sherry next week with your approval.
Great.
Move to approve the personnel as presented.
Second?
First and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Coming in. Any more employees?
Nope.
Great. Moving on, comments from the public. At this time, I'll open the comments from the public. Anyone's welcome to come forward, state your piece, 2 to 3 minutes at the president's discretion, and come on up. First, identify yourself, name and address when you start, please. Anyone?
Hello, good morning.
Morning, welcome.
Good morning.
Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity to speak.
Sure.
My name is Juliette Marlier, and I live on the Rubles Run backwater of the Cheat Lake.
Okay,
And that property's been in my family since 1959. And it's now one of the proposed routes for the Mid-Atlantic Resiliency Link transmission towers.
okay.
So I'm assuming everyone's familiar with that Next Era Energy's project. So I know it will be harmful to me personally if that came through my property, because it's a, we do woodland stewardship and we're trying to keep it not industrialized, basically. But there is a right-of-way from the original electric lines. So my questions concern what the benefit to the county would be from this project. What taxes would be collected, what tax breaks the company might get, what Next Era would be getting out of this project. So any information along that line would be really appreciated. And also how so does Next Era, for example, pay payment in lieu of taxation, or what would be the arrangement? I don't know if those details are available. And also, I'm wondering how the public would be informed about regulatory hearings that might be scheduled for that, or if the commissioners would be willing to hold a hearing just on that topic at some time. So, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
We generally don't respond during public comment. One of us might, if we have any information, we'll, at the end, we give a little.
Okay, sorry. It's my
No.
first
No,
time.
you're welcome to ask questions when we give our comments at the end. We
Okay.
oftentimes address what's been raised in public comment, so thank you for coming in. Anyone else? Nope, Chad, come on up.
My name is Chad Matheny. I have a business in Richard or Delslow area, manufacturing metal roofing, as well as I have several other businesses in the county. I have 2 rental properties beside my business that have been plagued with extreme flooding issues. Been dealing with this for over 2 years. I was issued a floodplain permit to raise the elevation. Then one of the neighbors started complaining, and that permit was rescinded. I've been working with the floodplain coordinator and the county commission to try and have this issue resolved or addressed. The more I work with people, the more I learn that at one point during Azel Kennedy's tenure, there was some drainage pipe brought to the site to help improve the situation. And then I was told later it was picked up and used for a different project. Upon the county commission's review, they came out and took a look at the property, and there is an old terracotta drain that was put there who knows when, in the 50s, 60s, 40s. It's been silted, full of silt, and some discussion was brought up about, can we open that pipe up? Can we explore and see if it exists and what condition it's in? and possibly clean that out and make it functional again. So I applied for a permit from the floodplain coordinator for the county to excavate a hole in the backyard. So this took excessive pumping. I have a 3-inch trash pump that pumps over 200 gallons a minute. It pumped for approximately 6 hours till it got caught up with the incoming water. If it runs out of gas for 5 minutes, it takes another 30 or 40 minutes for it to catch back up. So based on that, I feel there's approximately 200 gallon per minute of water coming out of this old drain tile. It is approximately a 20-inch tile. I have video of water coming in from both sides in a stream probably 4 inches in diameter. So as per the questions or recommendations of the county commission, I did explore and find that information. And I'm curious as to what my next step might be. This is clearly not mine water. Doesn't appear to be something that the DEP would be addressing. It's storm water coming from somewhere. And unfortunately, the pipe was broken and is now very opened in my backyard of my rental. And for those of you that can't picture 200 gallon a minute, maybe you're familiar with the 55 gallon barrels. That's 4 of those a minute coming into the backyard, causing flooding in the basements of 2 of my rentals. There are power panels, electrical panels in the basement, water heaters, furnaces and stuff that keep getting flooded. We're pumping out of both basements just continuously, but need to do something to figure out where this water's coming from and move it elsewhere. So I'm just here to basically find out, now that I've discovered this incoming water from a abandoned storm drain that nobody wants to claim, what my next step is. Any questions? Or
No.
I do have video and pictures that show it coming in out of both sides of that storm drain pipe, 3 or 4 inches of flow constantly.
Okay. Thank you. Any other public comment? No? With that, we'll close public comment. Next, we have our grant coordinator and office manager, Colleen Kuhn, for grants.
Good morning.
Morning.
This morning I have the application information for the Emergency Management Prepared Grant for fiscal year '23. The amount that is being requested is $147,175. And there's conditions and assurances that need signed and certifications regarding lobbying debarment suspension and other responsibility matters.
Move to approve the grant application as presented.
Second.
First and second, all in favor? Aye. No more? Okay. Moving on, correspondence. We have a notice received from the WODA, Woda Cooper Development, Inc. regarding the housing tax credit, affordable housing credit program property Cedar Glen 2.
This is a similar notice that you received
Just like
Right.
last week.
last
Last
week
week.
regarding the Cedar Glen, I believe, is already this has already been built. So I don't know if this is just a continuation of their tax exempt status or tax credit. I'm sorry, the tax credit eligibility. Sorry. So if you guys have any questions, I can put you in contact with the gentleman that sent this.
Okay, great. You have any correspondence, Tom?
No.
Sean?
No.
Any more, Renetta?
No, that's all.
Okay, moving on, no unfinished business. So on the new business, consideration to approve requisition number 15 for the Series 2021B Harmony Grove Phase 1 Administrative Expense Fund.
Requisition for $72,727.39, and those funds are going to be paid to Steptoe and Johnson for their work on the 2025 restructuring of those Harmony Grove TIF bonds, and also the boundary adjustment that they just recently completed.
Move that we approve requisition number 15 for the Series 2021B Harmony Grove Phase 1 Administrative Expense Fund.
Second.
We have first and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Next, consideration to approve requisition number 1 for the University Town Center Series 2023C Excise Tax Bonds Project Fund.
This requisition is for $1,200,000, and these funds will be paid to RMWC Piper Canyon. And that's it. Yep.
I move that we approve requisition number 1 for University Town Center Series 2023C Excise Tax Bond Project Fund.
Second.
The first and second, all in favor? Aye. Moving on, consideration to approve requisition number 2 for the University Town Center Series 2023B Property Tax Bonds Project Fund.
Okay, I'm sorry, these were backwards. 2023C was the one that you just read in. Sorry,
Yep.
we're backwards. So let me do.
Move to reconsider. And then you
So
can-
the item that you just read, that's the 1.2 million,
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
not the other one. So which one do you want what do you want to do?
Why don't we move to reconsider and start over again on item B, so that way we can just redo it again. And it solves the problem.
23. I guess I don't understand what
The 2023C that we approved
is
was how much?
Is 1.2 million.
And that's what we said.
Yeah, but it's backwards. It's 1.2 is requisition number 2,
Two
not
for
number
the
1
series.
on the agenda.
Oh,
Okay. So we just need to,
Motion to amend that to correct.
move to amend requisition number 1 and state requisition number 2.
yeah, so we just approved,
Requisition.
what we needed to approve was requisition number 2 for the UTC 2023B Property Tax Bond Project Fund.
Yeah, that's item C on the agenda.
In the
Yes.
In the amount of
1.2 million.
1.2 million.
1.2 million,
Okay.
okay?
Second. That's,
So we have a motion.
What do we do with the first one?
we'll go back to the first one.
We're just going to amend that prior, the motion was to amend the prior approval to state the proper.
Correct, to state it as requisition number 2 for the
correct.
UTC 2023B Property Tax Project, Property Tax Bonds Project Fund.
Right. So
Correct.
we have a motion and a
Second.
second. So all in favor of making that amendment, say aye.
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 Aye. Now we can take up the
Number 1, yeah.
proper one.
Yeah, so number 1 is 14,000,000.
Yeah.
197,714.86. And those funds are paid to Somerset Bank and Trust, RMWC Piper Canyon, SMBC Capital Markets, Larson Design Group, Bailey Glasser, Recognic Corporation, Stratus Unlimited, the Cincinnati, Moore Design Associates, Colano Design, Spillman Thomas and Battle.
Okay. I move that we approve requisition number 1 for the UTC Center Series 2023C Excise Tax Bonds Project Fund.
Second.
The first and the second, all in favor?
Aye.
I apologize, that was totally my fault.
Good catch.
That's all right.
Fine.
Well, it's a good
Got-
catch
got
because
it now.
we got it.
Is that all for new business for now?
Yes.
Moving on, reports from elected officials and department heads. Nothing from Granville today? Anyone else? No. Reports from county commissioners. Sean?
Since our last meeting, last Wednesday, we had our Chaplain Hill Road update. And on Thursday, we had a local broadband team tag up, and then I had a follow-up call with Russ Rogerson Friday, we had litter control officer interviews, and then I had another call with DOH regarding exit 155. Obviously, this weekend was Memorial Day weekend. Yesterday, we had a Juma call, and then we had a special meeting. And today, we have regular day, one work session, and then we have our regular Chaplain Hill exit 155 call. Tomorrow's the Development Authority, I'm sorry, not Development Authority, the Board of Health meeting. Friday, staff reports, and then the administrator and I have a tag up with Enterprise. That's pretty much the schedule. Ma'am, in regards to your project, one, there is no, like, from our perspective, we don't have any involvement in the project, so there's been no, like, request to negotiate a payment in lieu of taxes agreement or anything. So that's really a lot of what you're telling us is kind of, we're hearing it for the first time. I did hear about the project, but that's all, I'm reading in the paper what you're reading in the paper. So we don't have any official, any actions in that project. If there were to be some request, then that's a very long process, and you would have known about a long time ago in regards to payment in lieu of taxes.
Oh, okay. I guess my question is.
Can you come up to the microphone, ma'am?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right.
Yeah, my question is, I guess, where are these decisions coming from if there is no county
State.
involvement? I mean, do you anticipate taking a stance at some time regarding this, or?
It depends on what the project is. A lot of this is done with the Public Utility Commission, but I'd certainly be willing to get educated. But it'd be an injustice for me to really be discussing a project that I don't really know a lot about. I've just heard of the concept of the project.
Oh, okay. Because I went to an open house that Next Era Energy held, and
Okay.
it was in Morgantown. They had several around the area. And I asked, from my perspective as a landowner who would be affected by this, what would be one good reason for me to support it? And I was told that they will be paying taxes. So, as just a resident of the county, I don't feel like I have enough information to
Yeah.
really make decisions about.
So when they say something like that, that means that they're going to be taxed as a utility just like anybody
Could be
else.
sales tax.
But there is no special agreement or anything like that with them.
Okay.
So, but I certainly would be willing to
I
get
have
educated
some-
on it. But if you want to just stay after the meeting. And leave
Oh,
me
okay, great.
contact
Yeah, that would be
information.
good. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, yeah, Tom?
Yeah, no, I'm going to surprise you all. Last night, a press release was given out by the city of Morgantown, and I want to congratulate them. It's exceptional. Since they passed the camping ban, the city came out last night and is launching an alternative sentencing program with partnership of Valley Health Care Systems, a local provider specialized in mental health substance use treatment. And through this partnership, the city will be advising on best practices in connecting citizens in needs of help with substance abuse, mental health, or case management to return to stable housing. And I just want to give them accolades. This is an exceptional program. I believe they're going to be hiring some people for this, and I want to give them kudos. They definitely deserve it. I know that's a shock.
That's all you've got?
Yes, that's all I got.
So to be clear, your reactions are shocked, not necessarily the actions. of the
Yes,
city
no,
council.
my react,
Okay,
yes,
just
yes.
making sure that that's what you meant.
Yes.
The only thing I've got, Mr. Matheny, to address your concerns, the county, the commissions in the past indicated we're willing to be a participant in the solution down there. However, I don't know what that solution is. We don't have any jurisdiction over really private property matters, don't have any jurisdiction over private lands as far as drainage goes. You're kind of in a quandary there because you're in a flood zone, so you've got limitations in what you can do. That does fall under our flood ordinance. However, that is just more of an enforcement ordinance of the flood zone, the floodplain, as it were. I guess the solution would have to come from the private landowners that are affected by it, and then a proposal could be brought forth, to the commission. We brought some parties to the table when we met out at your property, and we're still willing to have those types of meetings to see if someone can come up with something to fix it, but we don't, I'm kind of at a loss as far as what we can do to help with the actual problem, other than to facilitate those that know what they're doing or have the jurisdiction to do what they need to do to make that problem better, to fix it, to improve it.
Okay, I appreciate that, and I appreciate all the help I can get from you all. The way I look at this is it is somebody else's water. It's not my water. It's coming in an old pipe that's abandoned apparently from both directions now. And am I allowed to plug it? Can I plug it? And then it's going to back up and be somebody else's problem? I can't afford to clean out 400 foot of 24-inch pipe. Apparently, it's been an ongoing problem since apparently the 80s or something. Again, I mentioned Azel Kennedy had some pipe and drainage and some type of a plan in place. Now, I wasn't around in the area at that time, but then that pipe was picked up and taken for another project, I'm told. Some of this might be hearsay, I don't know. I wasn't there to witness it personally. But at some point, the county commission had been helping with this matter. There was also hearsay, again, some history of a lawsuit because of the housing development up above. Eastgate's water was coming down on those residences.
The lawsuit information you could get from the circuit clerk's office. They could do a search for you on the.
But I'm not sure what I would gain from putting the time in to research the
might have the
lawsuit.
history of it. Now, I know that our floodplain coordinator, Hap, was talking to another neighboring property owner he felt might have something to do with the backup on his property down closer towards the creek. I don't know if that conversation's taken place yet, but that was the last I'd spoken to him. That was his intent, was to seek some input from that other property owner also. So I know he's working on it. I know it's slow and it's frustrating, but Hap has been knocking on doors and making phone calls and trying to make something happen there. But
Well, quite frankly, I'm a little discouraged by Hap. It seems like every time I try and reach out, he's on vacation or in surgery and has had several surgeries. In a training meeting or something, I've tried to reach out and find out who his supervisor is. I've called Charleston, and they basically say he has no supervisor. I don't know if that's correct or not, but I would like someone to reach out to when Hap is unavailable. This has been an ongoing problem for over 2 years, and I'd just like to have some help. This clearly is not rainwater that is coming across the ground. It's coming out of an old abandoned drain pipe into my backyard, and I've had to replace furnaces, water heaters on a regular basis, pump water 24/7.
this is the stopped up drain pipe you're talking about, the one that's full of silt?
Well, it's stopped up all but the top 4 inches, and like I say, that 4 inches on both sides, when you pump it down, flows in at a rate of 200 gallon per minute approximately.
Well, I'll follow up with Hap and see if he's back in, or we have one floodplain coordinator. It's a division of it falls under emergency management, and so as far as he has the license as the state or as the county floodplain coordinator. So
I would like to, if you all could help me in regards to getting somebody from the state road out there and involved.
yeah, I believe that was the one party wasn't there at the meeting. We can certainly reach out again to DOH. I know that we had made contact with them in the past about it. But we'll see what we can do to help you.
Again, I have some equipment and I'm willing to put in a new pipe. I just can't afford the pipe, and you got to get all the neighbors on board.
Right.
So I want to try and get this resolved sooner than later. So I'd appreciate any help that I can get from you all.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Seeing nothing else, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second?
All in favor? We are adjourned.